Hi there, to all the book lovers, book readers, bookends, whatever you call yourself, welcome to this book review. We're discussing MC Beaton's Death of a Green-Eyed Monster. Now this book is co-authored between MC Beaton and R.W. Green, and it's the first co-authored book in this series. There have been other co-authored books in the Agatha Raisin series, but I'll discuss that series in different videos. The genre of this novel is cozy mystery. If you're not familiar with cozy mysteries, it's novels where the mystery doesn't take the center stage. Where there is a crime, there is still a dead body, somebody still loses money, something tragic can still happen, but the crimes generally aren't discussed in graphic detail, and often they're pushed to the background a little bit, and the story focuses more on characters in that town, in that village, wherever it's set, the characters are more important than the mystery. That's a cozy mystery, and if you love that sort of story, I really suggest you read more cozy mysteries. I do like them, and this series has been one of my favourites for most of the series. I was a bit hesitant to get this book. I mean, this is book 34 in the series, so it's dragged on a bit, and sometimes the jokes are a bit old, sometimes the characters just repeat what they're doing all the time in each book. It can get a bit tired, but the main reason I wasn't sure about this series anymore is that in the last 5 or 6 books, the characters seem to have changed a lot. Once before, when they were all happy, all supportive of each other and their village, they were quick to anger at each other, at strangers, and it happened just all the time. Even Hamish, who's the main character in this novel, just seemed to be angry at everybody, at the world, and it just made the books challenging to read. I'm so glad I picked up this book to read, because it makes me want to read more in the series. I've heard there's going to be 2 or 3 more books, hopefully more, because it just seems like this is going back up to be a 4.5 rating series. I'm so looking forward to the next in the series. Please, please, please publish more. So after giving all those praises, let's talk a bit about what I liked in the book. The main thing I liked about this book is the characters. It's returned the characters back to what they once were. I think I said that before, but it's just such a positive, I will repeat it. I love the fact that Hamish is almost like he was in the first half of this series. I won't include book 1, because book 1 in this series was totally different than the rest. So between books 2, probably till maybe books 20, 25, Hamish was wonderful. Couldn't get enough of it. This has returned to that style in the series. The second thing I really enjoyed about this novel is the crimes. They were a little bit more inventive than the last even 10 books in the series. But along with the crimes that, are quite inventive, it's allowed for different characters to come into the novel. And these characters are a little bit quirky. They are sinister, of course, but the quirkiness almost makes up for that and makes it so much more enjoyable than the last few books in the series. I don't mind a quirky villain. In fact, I probably prefer a quirky villain sometimes. And this novel certainly delivers on that. Alright, enough about the positives. Let's talk about the negatives. Negative number 1. How many times does Hamish have to fall in love with the new female in the village? I mean, it's happened I think about 10 times at least. Out of those 10 times, I think he's asked someone to marry him maybe 5 or 6. And out of those times, I think he's got to his wedding eve maybe 3 times, and everything has failed. The poor guy needs a break, or he just needs to be killed off. Maybe by book 40, we'll kill him off, put him out of his misery. Hopefully there's a few more books in the series before that happens, and hopefully in those new books, we don't have any more wedding proposals. That's just enough. Do I want to see Hamish get married? Why not? Let's get him a wife, a couple of kids, a new house, picket fence, all the works. Let's change it up. This series needs something fresh. Maybe a family for Hamish is just a ticket. The second negative that's in this novel, and in the rest of the series, if I'm honest, is Blair. The Hamish-Blair war is so overdone, it's not funny. People who have read this series from book 1 right through to book 3, 4, this book, will know what I'm talking about. How many times do we see the same old storyline happen? Blair sweeps in to the investigation. He upsets the whole village. He upsets Hamish. He drinks, he yells, he drinks more, he goes to hospital sometimes, he goes to rehab sometimes, he still drinks, still yells at Hamish, still tries to get Hamish fired. Every novel is almost the same. It's time to stop that. Let's get rid of Blair. Bring somebody else in to the next book. Bring somebody fresh, a new face. They don't have to like Hamish. They can still be upset with Hamish, still try to get Hamish fired, but at least it'll be someone different. We need a new villain in a novel other than Blair. So I took a while to sum up positives and negatives for this novel, and I must admit I probably did rate it against other books in the series. With that in mind, I rate this a 3 to 3.5. The reason I gave this book a 3.5 is despite the fact of the positives in this novel and the fact that it makes me want to read more in the series when they're published, I still don't like all the old jokes. I mean, how many times do we have to see them in a novel? We deserve more as readers. I mean, the readers of this series, if they've read every book, have been very loyal. They've read 34 books. Let's give us something new, something fresh. So that's it. I'm done. Book 3-4 in the Hamish Macbeth series. If you like MC Beaton, if you like good old Hamish, if you like any of the other characters in these novels, drop me a comment. If you like this video, please subscribe or press like. Thank you for watching.